Hello and welcome everyone to a Sacred Symbols reading. I'm your host, Desiree DeMars, and I am thrilled to be here today with all of you. I'm going to try to get to the center of the frame, and I'm going to dive right in because I might be running short on battery here. I just did a reading with somebody, so I'm going to attach this. It is Sunday. What is it? It's Sunday, November 20th. So we are getting close to Thanksgiving. So I am feeling the grace and gratitude, appreciation of this time of year. And I hope all of you are too. And I hope this reading helps bring some clarity, wisdom, and guidance for this week coming up into your Thanksgiving experience, wherever it is and whatever you are choosing to do. So let's join together in attuning to our breath, taking long, deep breaths. And I suggest taking a few in through your nose, holding just for a second, and then exhaling, giving yourself that attention to the power of the pause, that place in between, the betwixt and the between, in which we are traveling, right? We are shamanic journeyers traveling to the betwixt and the between. And then feel this brilliant white light coming down from the heavens that's always surrounding us and grounding us down into the earth. We want to just be consciously aware of that. Feel ourselves grounding into that core, that central iron, molten, passionate, vital, that vital life force at the center of the earth. And then feel how that energy fills you up, really anchors you, and then allows the natural energy and that vitality to flow back up, activating your base chakra, red, and feel that iron core within yourself, your hemoglobin, your red blood that runs through your veins. Feel that energy flowing up. And then that activates all of the chakras so that all of the chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white again, spilling out over the top of your head, this toroidal field of a brilliant now rainbow light, right? A vitality that is activating the heart and the head to come into coherence, right? A coherent state of awareness, because we know through the research of heart math that the heart field is about 60 times stronger, at least, than the field of the mind. So if we really want to gain clarity, insight, wisdom, in the name of truth, love, beauty, and service of others, not just ourselves, but for others, for raising the consciousness of the collective, we want to come from the heart center, right? And be in this place of divine love. So feel that essence, that energy flowing up. And now imagine a golden ribbon or flowing river of light coming down and anchoring you and activating this multi-dimensional aspect of ourselves. Oh, yes, it is recording. Okay, great. And I got so excited there, I forgot. So just bask in the joy of that golden light now mingling with the rainbow light and feeling that balance of energy from the heavens, energy from the earth, meeting at the center. And my intention for today is to help support us to understand how more deeply, or how to better go to the center of the center of the center, right? That place, that Brahma's cave there at between the pituitary and the pineal gland. Feel that central space there. Feel that union. Feel that expansion into the great mystery and all that is. And then let's call in all of the directions, the east, the south, the west, the north, above, below, and the middle. all of the elementals, earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, gammas, all those elements yet unknown to man, come and be with us as we create a sacred circle for just this golden nugget of a sacred symbols reading today, that the bones will bring us insight, information, guidance, wisdom. And then calling in all of our guides, angels, teachers, guardians, loved ones, the seen and the unseen, the magical and the mystical, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, and the creepy crawlers. Come and be with us as we expand our sacred circle, not only from our center point, but out into the room, out beyond the space that we're in, and then out onto the land where our ancestors once roamed and now still walk upon the earth in their essence, in their beingness. Come and be with us, all of our ancestors, those who've gone before us, lived a good life and transcended and are now here working on our behalf. And to all of those whose names we do not know, but whose blood runs through our veins, come and be with us. Come and be with us during this opportunity to not only benefit ourselves, but benefit others through our wisdom, through our sense of being these super conscious beings, right? A more super conscious being of awareness, bringing in unity. Unity being the diversity of all beings have the right to roam freely in abundance and joy on this earth. In full faith, so be it. Aho. So, my friends, I'm going to invite you to blow 3 times into the basket with me. Blowing your heart's desire, calling in all that is good, really for the highest and best of all. Raising the frequencies of even these sacred objects. They bring messages of deep, deep wisdom and divine love. And in order for you to see this even better, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to do that with my overhead camera, and I am going to hopefully, here we go, enlarge the screen so you can see the whole thing up close and from a bird's eye view. So here we go. Let me shift this just a little, and then I will move it around if we need to. I'm going to try to just capture these golden nuggets here for us today, since my battery is slowly fading on this amazing fall into winter's day. Wow, that's fascinating. The reading I did just before this was like completely different. Everything was contained within the circle of the offering, and this is really expanded. So I would say, you know, with my intention, I know of the center of the center of the center. And then combining that with what you came into the circle with, this experience of hearing, sensing, and knowing, let's go right to the inquiry. So whatever was you were speaking from your heart and feeling, this is all about the blueprint of something much bigger that you came in to express or be. And it's unfolding in this very creative way, right? It's all about tapping into your creativity, asking for what it is you want, right? And taking a really deep look, taking another look at this idea of time and space on your spiritual journey, because we know it's really a human made up, it's a human construction, right? So this idea of time is here, my little timekeeper, and there's another one here. And so it's really saying, it's interesting, and they're so close together and they're both facing up. So it really is about this taking time to pause and really have give yourself some space for contemplation. There's a lot of power there. In fact, the idea of your work in the world as a healer, as you being your own medicine, not only a healer or being of service to others, but to yourself. and really fulfilling your soul's purpose. It's all about your work in the world, right? That's your work in the world. And there is no time and space. You know, it's funny, the client before this reading was asking about that. What about 2023? What about this greater vision I have? And it's really about, you know, not getting so caught up in how we think it's all going to play out in this linear fashion, but focusing more on our state of being the medicine, of us being, and then we attract to us like a magnet, right? We attract this energy. We are in our power by our state of being. And this is fascinating. We have Father, his head is right inside the mind, right? Because I know the masculine can kind of get caught up in the mind because it's all about structure. But what we want to do is like look a little larger, right? Expand a little further into this idea that structures may have nothing to do with time and space, right? Maybe what they really have time to do with is kind of the magic of the mystery, the great mystery. In fact, if you feel like you're having a fork in the road in your life or you're in a pathway, you've got two choices. The answer is passion and passion. Follow your passion, and whatever feels like it's blocking you, the answer is go for what you feel passionate about, right? And this is what will propel you. In fact, the great ones, your great grandparents, the greats and the great great greats and the great great greats, they are all about here helping you stay grounded in your body so that you can manifest what is yet not created or not yet created. Not, you got the gist, not yet created. And really call upon, we have Buffalo here really helping us with this idea. It's like about providing, asking for what you need or want for provisions. And we have grandmother on your mother's side, staying in your innocence, this childlike aspect of the self, right? That is the true place of foundation, right? Create ceremony, and I know we'll all be doing it in some level, whether it's with a group or a small group of people, or even just ourselves having a meal, being in the grace of this divine nourishment that we're having here at Thanksgiving, or just giving thanks for what it is we've been receiving. And that is truly here. It's the great mystery, right? Just having gratitude for the great mystery. Know that things are going to come in. Here's Uranus, sudden bursts, right? Like boom, we're going to have these awakenings, we're going to have these downloads, and they're just going to pop into our mind, right? They're going to pop into our awareness, and we're going to have big ahas coming in. And so a big part of that, of receiving it and understanding it, is to give yourself time also for reflection. You know, it's back to that breath. It's like inhale, pause, exhale. Yes. And here we have grandmother on your father's side, your mother. Two is right here next to the divine feminine. This rebirth is happening between the masculine and the feminine, right? Here is grandfather on your father's side, grandmother on your father's side. I think this union of the masculine and the feminine, especially in your father's lineage, it's very interesting. This is a part of really affirming the sacredness, affirming yeah, this aspect of home, you know, what that meant to you growing up, right? Home, and really diving in. If you're feeling like you're having kind of a rebirth, you're being reborn, know that it's a part of the collective, really being reborn right now. It's about finding new community, creating new community. That's what's really being asked for a lot of us right now. How do you want to create new communities, new ways of being? Maybe even whole new political systems, right? Because the old is falling apart. Stay in your heart, stay in your heart, stay grounded in your vision. We are definitely feeling a lot of new light energy coming in. We're in the photon belt. We've never experienced this before, and we are now having to integrate and understand new ways of who we are as light beings, right? As the star that we are. And this is beautiful. This is a good omen. I think I got chills when I saw it and said it, is that I look at the lock and say, you know, what is kind of tied up? You know, if you're feeling like your abundance is a little tight, or you're strapped or things, it's look at the structure of what you're living in, what you're believing, what your conditioning and beliefs have been about that. And know that the answer or the key to seeing the other side of that, or expressing something beyond that comprehension that you had, or that belief about abundance, again, it's about going back to your heart. Here's the great ones, the great great greats. They were over here at the beginning of the journey, and now here they are full circle directly across from each other. And the key is all about, this is drum, the heartbeat, the collective again, being when the collective energy of this transformation that's happening, what is transpiring, and really connecting with the other, whether it's a loved one or a spouse. This is about the other, and this is you at the center of it all, right? Really being tuned into the eye of God, knowing your DNA is going through huge transformational shifts. In fact, we are transfiguring into remembering. We're having a soul remembering, and here's the bigger picture for the collective, a soul remembering about our star nations, the stars that we really are, who we truly are, these light beings that came to Earth through the star energy, the star elementals, the elemental aspects of the stars made life possible on Earth, and that is who we are. We are the seeds. We are the star seeds that have been planted, and here we are. Here's your inquiry. This is your blueprint. This is what's playing out here in the blueprint, right? And I feel like it's a flow. This reading has been so beautiful. It's like a beautiful spiral that has just flowed right back to center. And what is, I said, at the center, but the eye of God, that inner eye, that direct connection to source that you have. Call in all your power animals at this time. If you're feeling extra need for protection, call in the power animals. Woo, I got chills on that one, big time. And just trust that this vision that you have in your heart, trust your emotions on it, right? It is time to move forward and to cut away or release what no longer serves it, right? And trust that the emotions are really more true to what is the heart, what the heart is calling for, right? Not the head, not the head, not the old structures, the old way. We're calling in the new. We're evolving into the new, right? The new is unfolding, and that new is all about what we feel passion for. This is about passion, right? When you're feeling a little bit of fog, this is like all about, like when we feel that fog, I'm like, I don't even know what that means. It's just go back into your heart. And the best way to go back into your heart, I find, is to stay in your innocence. All right. Imagine what it was like when you were a child. I remember doing some exercises years ago, and it was all about remembering things that we felt and experienced when we were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we were like, okay, what's the point? And the point is, those things, almost every single person, I would have to say, in that room experienced the truth of whatever you felt was true then for you is probably true now. That's the power of innocence, awe, and wonder. That is the alignment that we have to the great mystery, right? Is that it's all in our childlike self. It's in our innocence, in our knowing. That is our vision. What feeds your inner child? So, what are you going to feed your inner child this Thanksgiving? That's my question to you. That's my invitation to an inquiry that you might want to make on this beautiful celebratory, there we go, time of the year. So, thank you for sticking with me. Oh, I hope there was enough light. This light really wasn't on, but I believe the camera caught the recording of it. Oh, it was on a little, just didn't seem very bright. And let's just do a short closure and close the circle to just give again gratitude and appreciation for this good red road that we walk upon, for the blessings of the bones, of the sacred symbols. And thank you for joining me. I hope you share and like this so that these kinds of messages spread out into the world and are of service to others that you love and appreciate in your life. And thank you for the opportunity. I feel like whoever you are out there, are you other star seeds, thank you for tuning in. Aha. Blessings, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.